The story you have seen is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the trolls. I'm back. Well, my last stream crashed and the Firefox window moved all the way to the bottom of the screen. So, and one of the evil trolls out there went, heh, when it did. So I'm convinced someone from the evil troll site knocked me off the internet. So let me inform my friends and viewers that I'm back on. But they already have a tap into my computer, and it's been confirmed by internet provider. So they can control my Mac and my router and knock me offline because they are truly evil. Evil haters. And I do not have the funds to fix it. It might have been a certain person that I blocked because he kept saying I'm making millions of dollars doing this. I wouldn't be sitting here in a sweatshirt if I had millions of dollars. It's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I had to stop to send an email to inform people, but I'm back on. Okay. I had to stop to send an email to inform people, but I'm back on. And yes, well, the evil one, the evil troll, the troll queen. I had to stop to send an email to inform people, but I'm back on. That's weird. And yes, well, the evil. Let me shut. Evil one. There. Now, can you hear me now? Hold on. This is why I complain bitterly that I've never gotten the financial support I should get from my viewers. Because with 1,000 subscribers, I see other channels, they get $25, $50, $100, $150, $250, gift cards, things sent to them. I'm not asking for it, but I'm speaking a little low. I fell into 6 weeks outhouse, you know, and that's why I'm speaking so low. Actually, I'm speaking low because my voice is dry. You do this for 4 hours and see how you talk. Is that better? I presume you're hearing me. All right, now. До свидания. I was talking low because my mouth was dry. Okay. Yeah, I saw the screen. I saw the Firefox screen go down like this to the all the way to the scroll bar on my Mac went all the way down to the bottom, and then the thing crashed. Ow, I think I hurt myself. I have arthritis in my hands. I shouldn't have done that. That hurt. Curse you, 6-week tenure. Always getting me into trouble. Oh, God. Now I can't type anything. This thing is screwy. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to hide chat for a minute and go back in. Okay. Now I checked my iPad. My internet connection was fine. My internet connection to the modem was fine. But I'm seeing Ethernet and Wi-Fi, and they're flashing like crazy, which means I'm uploading. Of course, who knows if there's a signal. Yeah, I don't know what's going on either. I couldn't type. Of course, there is a question in my mind. Are there 2 troll queens? I won't mention any names, but you can figure it out yourself. Who the other troll queen might be. I think ginger ale when I see Think Dry. And also, I gotta go to the bathroom soon. Oh, God. You see, this is how much they hate. Ah. Maybe you should get a guy named Vladimir or Boris or Bad Enough. Sorry, I'm just having fun with you. Wish I know what your real name was. They'll knock me off the air, not because they may or may not like what I'm saying. They probably don't like what I'm saying, but to ruin it for other people. And that's what bugs me. It knocked me off the air when I can go in the other room, read my book, go to sleep, take a shower, have something to eat, have a cup of coffee, pet my cat. But they want to make life miserable for everybody. They ruin people's evening. Now, I don't know how the hell a 6-week tenure is staying online with a phone and he has to charge it in the library, but let me see something. Who's online here? I don't know who's online. Now, that's odd. Now, oh, 8 are watching. Okay. And there are three hates. Afro Bob from Mars. Must be lonely up there with no afro comb. How you doing, Afro Bob? How'd you get to Mars? Did you hijack Elon, what the hell is his name? Eon, did you hijack Elon Musk's car and throw the astronaut out? That's how you're on Mars? I don't know. See, people don't understand my sense of humor either. I'm being facetious and having fun. There are very few people in this life I really hate. But I hate him. Oh my God. Yeah, the helmet must have been crunchy. Afro Bob. the astronaut. Did you eat the car too? Next thing you know, we'll see the car at the face on Mars. I want to see that. I want to see the Elon Musk car, the what is it? What is the name of it? Tesla. Tesla at the face on Mars, and Bob waving. Presidential elections in Russia. I need the money. I will run for president of Russia. Then I'll immediately resign and take the check and hobble like hell on my cane, with my cane, and leave the country. Drain the treasury and bankrupt Russia. Get 3-4 rubles tops, you know. Actually, I should get all of Putin's millions, turn it into gold and silver bars, put it in bins in my apartment or in my secret studio that is secretly a soundstage, and show people all my gold and silver Russian gold and silver. Melt down those Fabergé eggs in St. Petersburg, too, for their gold value. Yeah, I'll do paranormal videos. I got 4 new paranormal books. I've been very busy this week and too tired. I think I'm going to take one definitely to the hospital. Maybe I'll have 4 because I want to be in the hospital all night. I may not be able, being that it's not my own bed. You know how that is. You go to a strange place, you can't sleep. So I may have to have them give me a sleeping pill. Or they'll wake me up to give me a sleeping pill when I'm already asleep. They do that in the hospital too. Oh, my mouth is really dry. I would do more paranormal videos, but I don't know who's running in Russia. I got enough trouble with people running in this country. The problem is I look up stories out there, and there's not a lot that isn't silly or that isn't from YouTube sites that can't be verified. That's one reason I stopped doing paranormal videos. It's a lot of ghost haunting a bar or a restaurant or an apartment, or someone sees a devil doll, but you don't know if it's all BS or not. I may do stories talking about ghosts in ghost books I read or something like that. Of course, like someone said, excuse me, I didn't get my nap. I haven't been getting my nap for days, and I could really use one in the afternoon or late evening. I get home and my back is killing me and I can't sleep. I would love to have a producer and have a podcast and actually have guests. But that is never, despite promises made by various people, that's never happened. I'd love to be on a radio network. But I'd have to do one thing, because this tooth keeps making my speech, screws it up, and air goes through it and whistles. I have to get my teeth fixed. Bigfoot. Bigfoot, I question the existence of Bigfoot, because I just looked through one of my books. It's a book on Bigfoot. But, Bigfoot? Bigfoot, yes, Bigfoot. That's the Russian pronunciation, Bigfoot. And they have pictures of various videos and pictures of Bigfoot. I think a lot of them are faked. Yeti, well, he's up in the Himalayas, and, you know, you're going to climb the Himalayan mountains to go see a Yeti. And it's freezing up there. So, aliens, I firmly believe that aliens are visiting this planet. Have been doing it for thousands of years. What their purpose is, who knows? So, I've seen UFOs. I know people have seen UFOs. I've been told things off the record that I can't discuss. I was told by someone who lived with me that he worked on a crashed saucer, crashed UFO. I discussed that in the last video. I think our government is hiding things where other governments are starting to open up, except for the British. They're still hiding stuff. We watched it being filmed. And we arrived arrived a day too late to become a zombie in Night of the Living Dead. We didn't find out about it until Thursday, and the last casting call to be a zombie was Wednesday. But we drove out to the filming location, or actually I didn't drive. I didn't know how to drive then. I was 16. We all went out there and watched them film it. It was gross. They were eating entrails and meat parts, and it grossed us out. But we watched it with fascination and horror. Watched George Romero film the original Night of the Living Dead out in Pennsylvania, out in the countryside. Can't remember where, because I don't remember where the hell it was. But a bunch of us got in a car and went out there. We knew where they were filming because they'd been in the notice. Posted at Pitt and Carnegie Mellon. And we went out there and watched them film Night of the Living Dead. And they were cool about it. But that casting call wanted zombies for new horror film. So we'd seen the notices the day before. We would have been in film immortality. And we were huge Saturday night horror movie fans. We watched Chilly Billy Cardelli on Channel 11. Let's see. WIIC. WIIC. And they had a theme, a little jingle and all that, but I don't remember after all these years. Went like da-dum-da-deep, da-dum-da-deep-da-deep, da-dum-da-deep-da-deep-da-deep. It's something dum-dum, WIIC. It's been 50 years since I remember that jingle, so I've been trying to find that jingle. Found a picture yesterday of a restaurant at Haight and Stanton in San Francisco. Had great fried chicken, drive-in restaurant, and you could, of course, eat inside. And one day it was gone. They replaced it with a McDonald's. And you know, these big companies, they buy up the land when the lease is up. Restaurants generally do not own the land they're on. They drive them out of business, and then they put up a McDonald's or a Starbucks. So it's kind of sad, and it kind of sucks. Where did 6 Week go? Did he drop off or get kicked off? Well, what'd you see, Bob? Silver, triangular? No, I've never heard of the famous Parkette. Never been to Kentucky, so I wouldn't know. Last time I saw anything from Kentucky other than the Derby was Goldfinger, where they had Kentucky Fried Chicken in the movie. And my friend talked disparaging remarks about Goldfinger, my favorite Bond movie. I disagree with him. Guy Fieri was on TV eating there. I know who Guy Fieri is. Do I have a broadcast with Donat? No. Food Network channel. I'm off to sleep. See you, Phil. Have a good night. Yeah, this is going to end soon, I suspect, because people are getting tired. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for your support. What I've never understood, with 1,000 subscribers, why don't I have 400 or 500 people watching my videos? I don't get it. Maybe they want more paranormal. Yeah, what drives me nuts about Guy Fieri, I go into my doctor's office, and on one television they got CNN, which is like tortured or conservative, and on the other television they got a Food Network, and by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm starving. So I'm sitting there watching them make food, and you so-and-so, quit showing me recipes, and how you're grilling ribs, and you're making roasts, and all this stuff, and I'm going like, God, what did you have for breakfast this morning, George? I had a cup of coffee and a bagel. And they're showing me, you know, whole racks of pork and stuff, or roast beef, and I'm going like, make it stop. Well, he was accused of sexual harassment. Of course, the one I watched 3 chefs in my life. I have 4 chefs. I take it. The late Paul Prudhomme. I take the back. I take that back. My memory's failing me. The guy that did. He was based out of Seattle, and he got accused of sexual harassment or something too. And he had a show every week. He had a beard. And Julia Child and Emerald. Occasionally Martha Stewart and James Beard. So, but I like Emerald, except I wish all these guys would stop using olive oil. I can't stand the taste of olive oil. They never give you a substitute oil to use. No, not Gordon Ramsay. I have his books here. Frugal Gourmet Guy. That was it, the Frugal Gourmet. Oh, and I forgot one. The British guy, who was one of the first chefs on TV. Then he had a period of, I think, alcoholism, and he was on David Frost and Merv Griffin, and I'll be damned if I can remember his name. He's British. Gordon something. I don't like the taste of olive oil. Neither does Kathy. What the hell was his name? He was very big. Graham Kerr. Graham Kerr. I used to love watching Graham Kerr. Boy, I had to dig that one on my brain. It hurt. He was on the 60s, then he did a comeback. I don't know if he's even still alive anymore. And there was another guy, he was an old guy. He was a Cajun, and he used to say, guaranteed. I watched him a lot. I'm digging all this stuff out of my brain. My jaw hurts trying to think. My cheekbones hurt trying to get all this. I'm straining my head. What did I watch? And it's been like 30 years ago or more. So one day when I get a proper kitchen, I will do my chicken and wine with mushrooms. Saucer shaped, had tons of little lights on it, bright. We were at Walmart. We were putting groceries in the trunk. UFOs at Walmart. What a trip. I'm not making fun of you, but this is the first thing I thought of. A bright light from our backs. What was the bright light about? See, this is the kind of stuff I should be getting from people on my channel. Did it come out of a central beam? It was a superstore. See, I'm psychic. There we go. Done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Because people have reported with UFOs that a round area will show up and a beam will come out of it, or a light beam. This is a frequent thing in UFO reports, that people get a light shine on them. Unfortunately, usually the next thing is they lose missing time, and they lose 4 or 5 hours. They have no memory of the occurrence, and they are sore, and they have weird bleeding and all kinds of things. It usually means they've been probed. So hope you didn't get probed, Bob, and your girlfriend. Yeah, we'll do that. What the hell? What the hell was that? I went to backspace on the chat line, and I went into Gmail. And my live stream window disappeared. Well, that was weird. It's gone. I can't see anything on the screen right now. Now this may not be the trolls, it may be Firefox screwing up because I'm having problems with my hard drive in Firefox. Yeah, I'm getting like 10 videos ago. Here we go. Okay. That's very odd. That whole screen disappeared and it bounced into Gmail. And now I'm not seeing the... Okay, it's going to take a minute to load. I'm seeing it circle like this. And the chat's still there, but I can't see it. It says hide chat and there's a blank screen. All right, now let's see if we're... But I'm not seeing my camera at all, except on my iPad. There we go. That whole screen disappeared and it bounced into the Gmail. And now, well, that's... Okay, it's gonna and now I'm... Load. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta shut off the sound on this, or else it gives me a double sound. That's usually what happens. That happened to the UFO 500 of us saw over Nevada, where this huge 3 football field long silver UFO just took off like a bat out of hell. We figure it was 1,000 miles an hour or more. In a matter of seconds, it just disappeared. So I'm glad you're all right. Nothing happened. It's very odd, the laws of physics. If you shine a light, you should... I think my eyes are playing tricks on me. I just saw something in the corner. I don't know what it was. You should see some kind of beam coming down because light hits photons. There's dust in the air, even at night. No, I never, with exceptions, there's a guy I know, I think he's a little nuts, but he tells me outrageous stories. But I don't question most people reporting UFO sightings because they're quite sincere, and some of them are credible witnesses like pilots, policemen, firemen, first responders, trained people, not just average, everyday people like you and I. Kathy and I saw a UFO 2 years ago, right over there. In the next block, we were in our Prius coming home from Walmart. Walmart may be the key. Walmart may be the secret UFO portal that no one knows about. Who knows? Everything happens at Walmart. We already know about the secret FEMA camps, according to Alex Jones and others. They're enclosed Walmarts all over the place, like Texas, maybe even Colorado. Hey, that's where you could go 6 weeks. Find yourself a closed Walmart. See if there's an open door and live in the empty Walmart. You'd be out of the cold and the snow. You might find one that no one's ever goes into. You could live in a closed Walmart or a closed shopping mall. It'd be kind of scary in there, but at least you'd be warm. You wouldn't be sleeping in an outhouse. I don't know if 6 weeks is still here or not. Let's see. You know what? Other than being on Letterman and waking 1 or 2 comments, we haven't heard word one from Obama. I think he may be biding his time and waiting for Michelle to announce her candidacy, and then he'll open up on Trump. I finally met someone 6 weeks that has worse luck than I do. You're it. You should have ridden around an electric wheelchair. I've fallen asleep in those and nobody said a word to me because they figure you're riding around the wheelchair. They don't pay attention. They just go by with your shopping cart. That's a trick. Ride around the electric wheelchair and find a corner of the store and take a nap. And say, oh, I'm old, I fell asleep. Put some items in there so they think you're shopping and you just dozed off. No, you don't steal anything from Walmart. I'm a stockholder. Don't steal anything from Walmart. Do not steal. They charge more money for stuff if people steal. That's why you don't shoplift. Yeah, we have a Popeyes, but the nearest Popeyes to here is way over in El Cerrito. It's like 15 miles from here. We would go to Popeyes in San Francisco and in Berkeley. On Tuesdays, you get three pieces of chicken for like $2 or something, plus a biscuit. But I prefer to make my own chicken. When I cook chicken, I don't fry it. I bake it. I take all the skin off, all the fat off, and then I put it in breadcrumbs and an egg, and I bake it in the oven. Because frying, you get all that grease in the meat. 6th week, I got your problem. You had to contact the aliens. They beam you on their ship. You'd take a nap, and then they'd send you back. They'd have pity you. They wouldn't even probe you. Just, and they might have some breathe right strips, alien equivalent. Maybe from the you'd get reptilian strips for your nose. You stomp one of those on there and turn into reptilian. Then you could breathe right and get a nap. Go to the Walmart superstore and get one of those Army surplus flashlights, one from the 50s where they had the gooseneck and with the different lenses. Get a red one, a green one, a yellow one, a blue one, and shine it up in the sky and wait for the UFO 6 weeks. We have Church's fried chicken, Kentucky fried chicken, and oh God. Beef pot roast, mushroom, onion, carrot, celery, and beef stock in a crock pot. Cook 24 hours, eat with mashed potatoes and gravy. Well, I know how to make instant mashed potatoes. And more potato. Yes, he's adding more potato to the mashed potatoes. Double potato stuff. I have done that. I've taken 2-3 roasts, cut them up into pieces because it takes longer to cook. Start that for the first hour, then I dump the vegetables in. And I put beef stock, and I throw A1 sauce in there, and Worcestershire sauce. And I don't cook it 24 hours, usually by about 8 hours. I turn it up on high. And then I get this great mashed potatoes from Walmart. If you go to the super center, they're like 30 cents. Will you make me your famous chicken soup? Yes, you can dive in the pot for 30 seconds and hop out. And then I'll feed you the soup. No, I can make it. In fact, I'm planning to make chicken soup Monday night if I'm not too tired. I make wonderful chicken noodle soup. Kathy loves it. See, if I could become well known, I could make the guy from Pittsburgh's homemade chicken soup. Hello, I am the guy from Pittsburgh. I make the nicest, the best chicken soup you'll ever eat. People plots when they eat it. Pretend I was an Orthodox rabbi and be selling you chicken soup in a jar. And it's cheap, only $4.99 for 12 ounces. And all kosher. With range-free kosher chickens who have never sat on a range before. Because someone took away their horses. They have to wander the range on foot. It's terrible. And someone took their little tiny tennis shoes. Shoeless chickens. I could never understand that when I would go into Safeway in Oakland, and they would have the things like this. wrapped in cellophane with a cardboard thing with a label, and it was chicken feet, 30 cents. I was trying to figure out what the hell could you do with a chicken foot. I mean, some people make soup out of it. Some people fry them and eat them. But there's no meat to them. There's just claws and feet. Maybe they're doing voodoo rituals. I don't know. That was the strangest thing I ever saw in the meat department in Safeway was chicken feet. Oh, yeah. Well, your wages, we're getting wages go to $12 and $13 an hour here, in some places $15. We're paying well over like $3.80 now, but Jerry Brown passed a new law. He jacked the car registrations up by $300 to fund road repair, and yet they claim they don't have enough money from the gas tax fund as it is. And so we're paying almost $4 a gallon now, $3.29. I did a video the other day. I saw the price. I think it was $3.29. I filled the tank up at Quick Stop for my provider yesterday. Put $12 of gas in the car. So I'll see the bill next month and I'll find out exactly what I paid. But I think it's $2.39, $2.40. I didn't pay attention. I have to look at my video. On Thursday, we went up the road to Concord in pouring rain, and I said how much the gas was, and you could see it on the video. So, but our eggs here are well over $2 a dozen, partly because they have chickens that are not kept in cages. They have to be free-roaming chickens. And they have all kinds of, they have a new chicken law here. You have to have the chicken and the eggs, and they can't be in cages. They can't be all jammed together. The chicken has to be born free or something. So it jacks the price of eggs. Some eggs are $3 or $4 a pound. The hell's wrong with my hair? I just saw my hair. If you're referring to my weather, we've had rain for the last week. But last month, the first week of February, we had 80 degrees here. Kathy said it's been raining on and off in Pittsburgh. She's 12 miles away, 13 miles away. I don't pay attention to milk because they deliver me milk when they deliver my Meals on Wheels. But I do buy chocolate milk, and that's pricey, $12 or $1 for a little pint of chocolate milk. But I would kill for 7 cents a dozen eggs, but your cost of living is cheaper. Anyway, going back to chicken soup, all kidding aside, what I do with the chicken, I buy whole chickens when I don't buy parts. I run the chicken under hot water. Take a knife, take all the fat off, all the skin off, cut up the whole chicken, get cut up parts, take the fat and the skin off of those because you're getting all that fat into your body. Then I have the water cooking on the stove at low and then dump all the chicken in. Cook that for an hour on low so it let it boil and then turn it down. Then take my colander, and after an hour I get up and drain all the water, wash the pot out because it's full of grease. It's full of chicken fat. Wash the pot out, rinse the chicken in hot water, put it back in the pot, run water in it. Then take the cut up carrots, celery, bell peppers, mushrooms, parsley, a little bit of onion. I don't like too much onion because it overwhelms the chicken. Throw the cans of chicken broth in there. Put the lid on, let it cook on high at first, then I turn it down, and in about a half an hour the chicken and the vegetables are done. Then I make noodles, I'm done. Salt, of course. No pepper. I don't like pepper in my chicken soup. I'm on Facebook. George Senda is one site. The guy from Pittsburgh is the other. So an hour and a half, you got very good. And I usually use 2 bags of egg noodles. because whenever I make chicken soup, I got to give chicken soup. I can't. There's Tropicana, there's Minute Maid, and there's Florida's Natural. And one I really like, but they told me when I had my episode of acid reflux recently, when I got taken to the ambulance in the hospital, the pain was so bad, I thought I was having a heart attack. He told me to cut down on orange juice. I really love orange juice, so I'm going to have to cut down. But I've never looked at the ingredients other than, juice. So Florida's Natural, one comes in a cardboard container. Minute Maid comes in a plastic container. And I think Tropicana, I get it with no pulp. I don't like pulp. And there's some that come with vitamin D added. I'm not sure why they need to add vitamin D. But they've told me to cut it down because they said that the acid is driving acid reflux. So I got to stop that. Yeah, well, for years growing up, there was no such thing as fresh orange juice unless you went to a restaurant. And John D. McDonald, whose Travis McGee books were great books about living in Florida, said that a lot of restaurants grind it down to the rind. That was also mentioned in the book Hotel. They grind the orange down to where you start getting the rind in the orange, and that makes it bitter. You got to be careful about that. But in the old days, you didn't have blenders and all that stuff. Food processors, you had to take an orange and put it in this thing that looked like a triangle, and you would take the orange and grind it in there, and you would then take the seeds out. And that's how they made fresh orange juice. Concentrate, we had Minute Maid for years. And occasionally, just the name amused me, Donald Duck orange juice. What Donald Duck had to do with orange juice, I'll never know. The most ticked-off character in the history of cartoons is Donald Duck. He's always angry. The other one that's angry is Daffy Duck, and I keep waiting for Disney and Warner Brothers to get a Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck Donald Duck tie-in. They did that in this way with Who Shot Roger Rabbit. I read the book before the movie ever came out. Great book. But Donald Duck and Daffy Duck are always... Yeah, I found in looking in my kitchen drawer where I keep the plastic garbage bags, I found the extra 50-foot cord. So when I get another tripod and clean off the table on the outside, which is just as bad as this stupid thing, it's held on my magnets. And if you move it wrong, it will fall down inside of itself. So I will do the juicer. Yeah, the thing with the Jack LaLanne juicer, Jack used to do commercials, and I could never understand this. It struck me as kind of gross. He would take the apple, and you don't want to eat too many apple cores because the seeds of an apple have cyanide in it. And he'd do the plunger, and he'd put the apple in the top of the juicer, and he would push it down and put the whole apple in there. And he would put things like celery and spinach and make this green juice that looked like it came from Mars. And I'm not going to do that. And they would take I've seen guys at Costco, they have these juicers, and they take the whole pineapple, and they cut the top off, and then they cut it into sections with the spines still on it, and they throw that in the juicer, and it grinds it up, and then they throw spinach. I don't know why and they throw kale, which is very bitter. I've tried kale on its own. And they make this green juice, and I sipped it, and I went, no, that's not for me. So I don't want to put spinach in my juice. Watermelon is good. Watermelon, I love watermelon. Seedless. I don't like spitting out seeds. The juicer is still sitting in my closet since I bought it. I've never opened it up. I promised to do a video on this a long time ago, and I was very sick for a while. So, yeah, I think it might have been. Jack LaLanne lived till his 90s. He was towing a boat an rowboat from Alcatraz to the shoreline of San Francisco with his teeth. That was amazing. He died of pneumonia. I think he spent too much time in the ice-cold water of San Francisco Bay. But he was healthy as a horse for years, and he did shows in the 50s with his dog, and his wife came on, and he was the first guy to do exercises, jumping jacks and sit-ups and all that on television. Very popular at one time. Lived a healthy lifestyle. I have this little grinder that grinds up coffee, and I have another one. I've got to find it. My caregiver is going to go and take everything out of my cabinets and organize it for me. I have a little grinder that will grind up things like chicken. I can make chicken livers. I would like to fly to the moon. No, because there's no one there. What am I going to do on the moon? What am I going to do when I get on the moon? There's no Walmart. There's no Target. There's no Starbucks. Unless there's a secret alien base and they have Starbucks there. On the dark side of the moon, there's nothing on the moon. Unless they have bases that they're not telling us about. So, I'm not going to go to the moon. Although I would weigh a lot less. I'd walk around a lot easier, but you got to bring your own air to the moon. You got to wear a spacesuit. Why is my right nipple itching all of a sudden? Very odd. So, I would go to the moon only for one reason, to really see if they went to the moon or not. Once and for all, how the hell would you do a live stream on the moon? There's no modem. I have to figure a way to get the stream back to Earth and do a live stream. Would the iPad work in a vacuum? That's another question. Do a live stream of the moon and go to Tranquility Base and see if they really landed on the moon. And settle that question once for all. I'm firmly convinced they landed on the moon. Because someone would have talked by now. Someone on our deathbed, yeah, we filmed it in this studio right next to the guy from Pittsburgh. That's a set, too. He's got bins of gold and silver in vaults on the studio lot right there at 20. Oh, so much for that, guy telling. They got him. The third shooter at the Grassy Cafeteria. So, that's the deal there. We went to the moon. All the employees at NASA, some disgruntled NASA employee would have talked by now. Or called up Art Bell or George Norrie or Jeff Rentz or one of the other paranormal, Jim Harold. The other Jim, and my memory's failing now. I can feel it, Dave. God, I know the duck. Free the duck. I can't think of his name now. Help. He sends me emails all the time. Would have done a show. You know, yeah, I have the flying UFO. It's covered up by the Area 51 sign. It's the UFO from the X-Files. So, God, that's terrible. My memory is terrible anymore for something. It's late at night and I'm sleepy. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back with the chat thing. Or maybe not, because I got the spinning wheel of death on Firefox here. I remember his slogan, the fastest show in paranormal radio. And I always tease him, if it's the fastest show on paranormal, oh, I got a script doing craziness. If it's the fastest show on paranormal radio, then why is it always on for an hour? Jim Malliard. There you go. Jim Malliard. I'll go back into, if it lets me, back into YouTube. Free the duck. He has a duck for a symbol. I think a Canadian duck, a mallard. So I started saying free the duck. And free Art Bell while we're at it. And now I can't get back into YouTube. I cannot see the screen, folks. I'll wash my hair tomorrow. Well, this is interesting. The Firefox is not working. And you can't close the window. I should be able to go to YouTube. I don't know what's going to happen. If I close Firefox with stream end, I have no idea. I'm going to have to close out Firefox. We may have to end this. Okay. I closed out Firefox. So bear with me. I'm removing URLs from the Central Michigan shooting yesterday, in case you're wondering what that clicking is. All right. Now it's back to Apple's site. What the hell? My screen just went tiny again. Nuts. Now we go back into the blank screen and this wheel spinning of death while we wait. Show please computer. You do not want to sleep. I want to sleep. I'm getting sleepy. I don't know where you got the idea I don't want to sleep. I had to stop Firefox. It was crashing. It crashed. It didn't work. So, who else is in here? I got 4 guys watching now. 1 a.m. Still doing this. They left when the stream crashed. But the problem is they want me to talk about paranormal all the time. I am not been doing my homework. Too much life gets in the way, you know. I think I'm going to end this soon. I'm getting sleepy. You made me sleepy. It's all your fault, you dirty commie rat, you. I'm getting very tired. I do have to get up tomorrow and start doing some cleaning. Strip the bed, get the cats out, vacuum, and start doing some laundry, which I would have done tonight. If I weren't doing this, or if it hadn't been pouring rain, I would have done laundry tonight. At least one load of laundry. I've still got a whole pile of laundry that didn't dry the other day. I got to redo that, put it in the dryer. It's always something. And there's a Lucky Ferrell's video I got to watch. Boo Day 220, another strip downstairs attacking Stella. I don't know what Stella's being bad or Boo is attacking Stella. Boo is a black cat attacking the mama cat of the two kittens, Splash and Simba. So Lucky Ferrell's is on. I watch Lucky Ferrell's every night and her live stream. I love the kitties. Let's see. We've been on here for 56 minutes. Well, let's say start getting a couple comments. I'm going to end this. I don't know where everybody else went. Let's see who's... Afro Bob, thank you for coming in. 6-week tenure, are you still out there? Let me know, people. I'm not going to do this if nobody comments. Then I don't. The only guy I got is a guy in Moscow or wherever you... By the way, where the hell you are in Moscow? So... but Firefox crashed, so... Patton. That doesn't mean it's not the greatest film in the world. The greatest film ever made was either Citizen Kane, #1, and Potemkin. Those are the two great films. And whichever film was done with Napoleon, Waterloo or something like that. But which Waterloo, I don't remember. And then certain Chaplin films are great. And of course, then there's things like Greatest Comedy Team, Laurel and Hardy, Ever Funniest Men, and the Marx Brothers. But my favorite personal film is Patton. Yeah. Yeah, I can't, periodically for some reason it won't let me type in my own chat window, which I don't understand. Maybe they crashed me because I blocked White Crow. But he wouldn't have stopped with he was being trolled. He was being a troll. I've got millions. If I had millions, would I be worried about feeding my cats or getting Fuzzy would have gotten to the vet 2 weeks ago when she started getting sick? I won't put up that kind of comment with somebody. It's supposed to be friendly to me. It's a stupid thing to say, and it's a troll comment. It's not right. Well, Mr. Piquet and Afro Bob and 6 Week, if you're out there, we have, excuse me, my voice is going. I really need some tea and to go to sleep. Got 5 guys watching. And my throat is getting really sore, so I think I'm going to end this one. I think in 20 seconds will be another hour. That's 5 hours. And I'm losing my voice, so I think I'm going to end it. Have a great night, guys. I will see about doing this on Tuesday if I'm not too tired after going out with Kathy and shopping with her. And then you probably won't see another live stream for about a week because after my surgery, this eye will be swollen and in a lot of pain. So, and I hope when my provider will come over and start cleaning after the surgery. I told him for the next week I'm not be doing anything. So, I will see you later. Have a great night. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Oh, there you are. No, he will not take Kathleen around, just me. That's not part of his obligation. So, no, we're going to go out. This is our time to be together, not with any caboose or baggage. We haven't gone out anywhere together except to walk to the bus for a couple of months. It's our private time, too. I might do a video with Kathy while we're at Nordstrom, but there's times we need to be boyfriend and girlfriend. We need to go out and have a nice time together because we miss each other. And she's always on the way to the bus. She can't have around because she comes here, drops something off, or gets something, and has to go to the bus to go home. So it's a pain in the ass. It's another reason why we get a car, you'll see a lot more Kathy because she'll be able to drive over here. And once I go live, sound like Jack Klugman. Once I go live, Wi-Fi, you'll see me do stuff out with Kathy too. So, guys, I gotta go. I start talking like the poor late Jack Klugman, stricken by throat cancer. He smoked cigars for years. It's time to quit and take rest of my voice. I'm gone, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with it after the stream was crashed or crashed on its own. I don't know. So, have a good day. Hope you stay warm and safe and dry. In 6 weeks, as soon as I find a charger for the stupid phone, the cable, whatever the hell I did with it, or get it unhooked from all this wiring mess that it's obviously snagged onto something. I will plug this thing in tomorrow after I've had some rest. And hopefully we can get it where you can call me without me disconnecting you all the time, which is another problem. But I don't know where the cable for this damn thing is right now. I can't. I'm going to have to get the big heavy-duty flashlight and go in there. All right, see you later, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Bye-bye.